Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to a story time, a continuation from last week. So I am going to just give a brief of where we are now. The last time I was speaking about the transition from high school to tertiary. So it was in 2013, right? So I'm now in varsity. I got the room, and then my sister just helped me to move in. She went and got, it sounds so strange. Okay, so let me give a brief like a preview of the last episode yesterday time, right? So I had moved from Itosen to Bloemfontein to apply the previous year, so I had to go and apply, submit late applications. I was accepted. My sister helped me get a place to stay, so it was a residence within the university. This is at the University of the Free State. I am a COFSI alumni, guys. So no shabu, I get a room, and then the my roommate at the time was colored, guys. So when I got there, like I said last week, I really was not prepared. People are speaking in English. I was just like, no guys, like you mean you speak in English every day? We don't speak our African languages. Obviously when you are with your like people who speak the same language, or who speak Zulu or any other language other than English, then I get comfortable, you know. But when like you can't live with somebody and just be quiet the whole day. But that was what was happening, because I was just afraid. I didn't know what to say to that girl, and I think she was just also shy. So it was when I moved in, it was during reg period. Yo guys, I don't want to explain what reg is, because I don't think I will explain it accurately. So if you want to know what reg is, please go look it up. But yeah, so then we would start. Classes had not yet started at the time, right? So we would go and go out in the morning, be at the farm. If you are from Kofsi and have been had stayed at a university residence, you would know this. So we would go there and just stay there the whole day working, you know. We go back and then we are singing, you know. Those activities were very enjoyable, you know. I enjoyed that. But then I observed that there was another residence, but in Leawasiman, so just behind us, guys. Now I like the Guichu. That's what I think is the name that you guys would be familiar with. So I got attracted to that group of first years because of the songs that they were singing, right? And then I met Gautsepa. I don't know when did we meet Gautsepa, but in between that, in that whole mix of us going to reg and the activities that we had to do as first years, I met Gautsepa, you know. And I'm living with this girl. We don't really talk much, you know. And she was, what word can I use? She just lived her life. She didn't wash her dishes. I don't want to use any other word that is offensive. Like, she was just living her life, man. Like, every day she wakes up, get dressed, and then we leave. You know, you don't make your bed, you just leave. So then because I started cleaning for her, so I would wait for her to leave. But I think at the time classes had already started. Yes, at that time classes had already started. So I would wait for her to go to class, and then as soon as I know that she's not coming back, then I would start making her bed, like cleaning, and then so that when she comes back, the room is clean, you know. And yeah, I continued doing that for some time. And another funny thing is that she had this big lock on on her fridge, And I just felt offended. Oh, girl, you think I would steal your food? Why? But like, really? But anyway, we continued living together. I think I lived with that girl for maybe 3 months or less. And then we swapped. Girl Tapa was staying with another colored girl. And it's not even about race per se. It's just that I was not comfortable with, or I was not confident enough to speak to her, and it was just giving awkward vibes, you know. So Shabu, we swapped. I think we asked the resident head if we can swap, or the Banbawi Haka resident, like we elect certain people who will be like the leaders, that particular residence name. Sharp. No, we swap, and then I move in the Gatsep. Guys, combination ew. Gatsep is still my friend today, guys. Like like now guys, first semester, ne? The first semester we would go to classes, but one thing about us, we didn't like studying. Like we would avoid, like we are there to study, but it was not something that we liked doing. We did it because we had to, you know. So what we used to do is that every time when it was time for us to go, or not even go to study, we would plan and say, okay, at this time we are going to study. But because the room is not clean, let's clean the room first, and then we'll start cooking. We'll start studying. And the cleaning is going to take hours and hours and hours. And then by the time we have to start studying, we'd be like, ish, I think I'm tired, or maybe we can postpone it, and then we wake up in the AMs and we study. And we know for sure we are not going to do that. We know for sure when we sleep, it is going to be, that's it. We are waking up tomorrow morning. And we continued like that. But Gasaba was studying. I think now I was the worst one. I was studying, but not as I was supposed to. And we continued staying together like that. And I first year lesbian guys. She was from a boarding school. She was from a boarding school, and a girls only boarding school, you know. So she was giving lesbianish vibes. And Ketapa used to wear these shorts. I wanted the shorts that the rugby guys wear, the black ones. She used to wear that and a red shirt to go to her classes almost every day. Like almost every day. Maybe she will change her shirt and change the shorts maybe here and there, or wear jeans. Yeah, she used to have these these other jeans that she used to love. And that's what Kasapa would wear like for most of the semester. That's the first semester. And she was studying. There was this module that she was doing. Yo guys, module on. But she was so committed, and I was like, I want to be like her. But no, there was nothing that was making me like. And I think the reason is, let me say this: that I did accounting not because it was something that I chose. I did accounting because suppose at the time there were like, most people were saying that that's the course that you would easily get a bursary for. Ne? I studied accounting. It was not something that I think I would have chosen. No. I have always wanted to be a doctor. But yeah. Shabu, we continued. And at the time, Michelle was doing the same course that I was doing. So we'd go to classes together. And guys, now I didn't make friends. I think I was shy. And like I will keep on saying, this thing will keep coming. I was not comfortable in expressing myself. Therefore, I would always keep to myself. Even if I wanted to, I would just be like, so I would just be like that. And also, I was still dating that guy. from high school. And that guy was now jealous. Like, guys, Nikhil, I used to cry so much ka first year yaka, because Ning he would call me and be like, yeah, oh Ojola lebo mang, you have a new boyfriend now that you are in varsity, you think I'm not better and you found someone better and all of those nasty things. And I would always be crying. Ketaba would be there trying to console me. Oh, as kids, and I'm like, you don't understand. I love this guy, you know. And we continued like that. I remember he once visited me, and we got him like I don't know if it was first year or second year. We got him we managed to get a guest house for him to go sleep there. And then I slept over. Guys, it was not making sense, man. You know when somebody is insecure and they always thinking that you're dating somebody else. Like, I had to give him my Facebook logins, and only to find out, guys, at the time that he was the one who's cheating. I was just like why would you do that? Why would you make me feel like I'm the one who's cheating in the relationship while you are the one who's cheating? I was just like really, why? But anyway, then I want to finish this guy. So I think a few months after that, he came to visit, and then he was sleeping and I took the phone. That's when I found out he was cheating. And I'm just like, yeah, we are cutting it now. Like, we are so then I broke up with the guy, and then he's like, no, inging. And then the following morning we went to Brandbach, if I'm not mistaken. I think we went to Brandbach, some shopping center just close to where we had gotten him a guest house. We went there, and then, guys, you know what? I bought him a Bible. I was just like, you know what? You need to change. I hope you read your Bible and that God convicts you and you change, and that your girlfriend, the one that you are dating now, you won't cheat on her. You know, I am now opening, like, I'm giving you the opportunity to continue with the person that you have chosen. Okay, sharp. And that's about it, the guy. I'll come back maybe if he does feature. He will always be featuring until like maybe the last year of my study. And at the time, I don't think because my life was like, I go out. If I do go to class, then that's class, and then I go back to rest. And then if there's a need for me to go buy food, I buy food, and then I go back to rest. So that was my life. So and also first year I was still with this person, and then they didn't want me to speak to people. I was not allowed to speak to guys because he would think that I'm dating those guys. I remember there was a guy, and then I gave that guy my number, and such a cool guy, you know. But then because so then Shapo, we continued with life, and then the second semester, like the theme of that year was me and Kyotapana studying, guys. Another thing that happened that year was that, and I went to university, and I was not one to go out, you know? And then I met this other guy from another guy residence, Kayalami, but that's the name of the residence, not the name of the person. I met him, and we knew somebody, like there was somebody mutual between me and him. Shabo, hey, we become friends, and it's like, hey, Yamakufe. I'm like, Yamakufe. I think I even got new clothes. I'm going to look for a picture. I'm going to put it here if I get it. Get a shot. After get a shot, I get a white shirt. Get a really Frenchy. If like I'm Paula. Yo, I don't know what was going on. I feel like can I get more staging more? I did not wait for that guy the whole night. Katapa was so weird. We're actually speaking about it. Go baby last. You know what? Like, it was good that guy never came. Katapa was so scared. She's like, where are you going? Why are you going there in the first place? I stayed there the whole night. The guy didn't pitch. And I'm grateful that he didn't, because I don't know what was going to happen to me that night. And if me exposing myself to that kind of environment, would I not have maybe wanted to do it again and again and again, you know? And in such environments, most people drink alcohol. Would I have, you know, gone as far as joining them and all of that? So Shapo. Life continues in varsity. First year I passed, and then I think in second year my mom didn't have money, guys. My mom didn't have money for me to continue that year, or was it third year? And then oh, but before we get there, okay, let me tell you. Please bear with me, guys. Now my memory is not that good. So I didn't have money, guys, and then I think the previous year my stepfather had like taken a loan so that he can assist my mom to pay for my fees. And that year I saw God. It's again, guys, I saw God. I got a bursary out of nowhere in jail. I think I went to the bursary office and they're like, hey, we would usually go there and then you write your name down. And they're like, hi, you got a bursary, a banksitter bursary. So then I got the bursary. The previous years, I think it was in third year, the previous years, my mother had been paying for everything. And then the other thing that I didn't mention is that, guys, I continued with the spirit of trying to maintain a relationship with God even when I got to varsity. So my sister, when she was still in varsity, used to go to CRC. When I got the space at the same residence that she used to stay in, there were people that she knew, and she tried connecting me to those people so I can go to CRC. I went to CRC and it was not balancing. I wanted no ribitsa tomoi. So I went to CRC for a few weeks and I was just like, it's not, I did sense. Then I went to GRC. We would go to GRC. Then at some point I was going to Ebenezer with Michelle. We would go to Ebenezer Libo Michelle Shapo. Ebenezer ki group like a, guys, if I'm not mistaken, Ebenezer ki like your Wesele Bofora Dikopan. So yeah, we used to go there. What we did is that we started this new group. We would just call it Homecell. We would go and then we sing. And then there was a video that I had of that time. I don't know if I do get it, guys. I'll include it later on. And we would just sing, preach the word, and we would share amongst ourselves. And that was the best thing ever, guys. That was the best thing. And then we started giving, guys. We started giving. I'm no longer that person, guys. What I'm going to say from the story, I'm no longer that person. So we used to give, and then offering in guys. And I'm not part of this one. And at the time, I didn't have a bursary. So this other time, my mom didn't, like, what had happened? But I didn't have money and I didn't have bread. Did Kamkhazi not take money from the offering basket and go and buy herself food? Kamkhazi took the money, went and bought herself food. I can't did that same night. They are going to ask me, guys. I stood up, I opened, and you know it's the room is small. It's like a small dome. We share a room. I used to share in Bali at the time. So from the previous year, guys, your story says first year I stayed with Kiatapa, and then the following year I think Kiatapa was not coming back or something like that. Then I stayed with another girl, Kimbali. I stayed with Mbali. Shabu, we stayed with Mbali. Then even the year after that. Oh yeah, but yeah, my second year I did Lembali shop, I did Lembali, and then Kabula, Hoshotile fela ke go side Lembali ke sheba chelet, and I know very well gore hayo. Wait, I know very well mupelong ya ka gona I bought food, guys, and I was hungry. You know? Bari mi house to lo matlotlo. Next, we am taking that from you. Yo, guys, But it was nice, man. So I think for the most part, those services or Homecell kept us going. Even when it was tough, we would go there, man. Yeah. And I think that I'm just remembering now is that that third year I used to stay with Faith, and Faith on Asa, like she would be kidding. Faith on Asa doing like, so most of the time I would have the room to myself. It would just be me there. And at that time I used to struggle a lot with insomnia. Like I didn't sleep much, which is what I'm experiencing now with Tete. So I would leave notes on the door to say, please don't wake me up. I slept at 4 a.m. or whatever time that I slept at, and I wouldn't go to class. And that continued happening like for the longest time. And I didn't like going to class. I just liked studying. And the one thing about me, guys, now I will study the last minute, man. Like if can I exam tomorrow, maybe I'll start studying 2 days before the day of the exam, you know. And by the grace of God, I can get pass. I can get marks wow, but I would still get a pass, you know. So I continue, and at some point, like I said when I started this, that we would the residents would come together and choose residence committee, ne? And I wanted to run for the spiritual, I think they called it spiritual or something, portfolio, you know. And because I was shy, guys, I didn't do it, you know. And it also goes back to what I was saying last week, like I just, my confidence was ripped away from me by just that one incident of me speaking and somebody laughing at me. And I just didn't do so much. I wanted to be part of the like the politics within the campus, but I didn't do all of that. And in that mix, guys, I think at that year I started going to EMI. That became my home, guys. Oh Lola. Empowerment Ministries in Bloemfontein. Oh guys, there I found a home. I really did find a home. And at least when I was at EMI, the confidence I was revived, you know. But whenever I would go back to US, but I avoided conversations with people that I knew that I had to speak English with. And I would just speak to like the people who, like Bombali, I can speak Setswana Lebanon. I don't necessarily have to speak in English. So, and then yeah, man, we continued. I'm trying to cover so much in the story. I think I should have done a 3-part for this one. But yeah, so I started going to EMI and I joined the Ashuring team. It's again, like that was home for me, man. I learned so many things from that church and I love it, man. I found sisters, Bomanana, Nelly. Like life was, I enjoyed being in Bloemfontein at the time, because prior to that I was just church hopping, and yeah, that's what I was doing, and not going to classes. And then never strike, that's the other thing. So like I really appreciate how God led me to. I don't even remember how we found that church. Like Granny is my friend from Gochai, guys. So we found that church and I started serving. I was an usher, and ever since then, until I left for Joburg. And even after I left, I used to go back, you know. When I moved to Joburg, we'll do another part of when I moved to Joburg. But I used to like be constantly going back to Bloem, and that was because I was still studying, you know? So yeah, guys, life continued until what? Until yeah, I finished my varsity years. And then the other highlight that I want to also tell you guys was that guys, we were part of the, which year was it, when it was the Fees Must Fall campaign. What was that song in your video at the time? There was one Yaha Blady. But But yeah, we were part of and I used to have a crush on Yamkele, guys. You remember that guy? Oh no, Bella, nobody wanna see us together. That guy, I used to have a huge crush on him. But yeah, if a delay, he stopped singing, and then I got used to that song, and then the crush just went away, just like so I never really dated Varsity. If you watch this, please do comment. Let us say, all my people from Varsity, please do say if I did date any other person go to Varsity. Tembile, yeah, I didn't even look again. I was such a focused person. I think one thing about me, when I give myself into something, when I say I'm doing something, I do not have time for anything else. I don't make time for anything else. I give my everything into that one thing. And at the time it was church. Let's go, guy. Let's go outreach, guy. Hey, there's a conference. We need to be there. So I'm there. There's this. We used to stay behind. At the time, Nebarenta go what's that? Protea Hotel. We would stay behind Retusoropaka, the sound. Then only then would we go home. But it was such an amazing time. I had such an amazing time, and I think that is where then I was able to create the community, a very good community for myself. People who supported me, one of those being Tembile, but Tembile is a very good friend of mine. We are still friends, Linoyana. And yeah, guys, let me leave it there. So next time when we continue, we'll continue to how I moved to Joburg and my first internship or my first job. I hope you enjoyed this, although it was all over the place, but I hope you have enjoyed it. Bye, guys.
Kilometer mina ngeqimi fulla hlangabezi kuku